Minecraft is a game that needs no introduction. Because of this, I believe most people on the internet have grown up with Minecraft to a certain extent, specifically if you're Gen Z. And since Minecraft appeals to everyone, just about everyone has played it, even if you haven't grown up with it. Hell, even my parents have played Minecraft. Now, because of how appealing Minecraft is to just about everyone, that means there's obviously going to be a lot of different groups, with a lot of different people in them, with varying opinions on the game. Just around a year ago, there was a trend of people talking about how old Minecraft is better. And to an extent, I can see where they're coming from, and kind of agree with them. Of course, with this being a side to this argument, there's obviously the new Minecraft is better side of it. I can see where both people come from when they state why they prefer one over the other side, but at the same time, I can't help but think it's kind of a pointless argument, considering both versions have their upsides and downsides in the eyes of players. I'm more on the side of newer versions of Minecraft being better, because to me, they objectively have more content, which is a good thing. They also have a larger block variety, mob variety, heck, even weapon and armor variety. And overall, I would say that this is genuinely great and I love it. For all the issues newer versions of Minecraft have, I do think it is still very fun. However, I can't lie when I say sometimes I miss the simplicity of old Minecraft. So every now and then, I'll boot up a new world on an older version of Minecraft and play it for a quick nostalgia trip, bring me back to a more simple time. Because sometimes, yes, it is really nice to go play or do something much simpler, with less to think about. For many people on the old Minecraft is better side of the argument, I think that they prefer old Minecraft because there's a good amount less to think of, along with there being a lot of nostalgia tied to it, and them liking it more because it brings them nostalgia, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, you may be asking, why did I talk about this debate in the Minecraft community? And to answer your question, I think that the best version of Minecraft that you can personally play is the Legacy Console Edition of Minecraft. I'm going to explain why I think this, but first I would like to say two things. One, no, I do not count the ability to mod or add content not present in the base game as a plus. I am strictly judging based off of playing the game without any extra modifications other than texture packs. 2, I will be trying to keep this video a little bit more brief than my last video because that ended up being a lot more work than I intended it to be. And because of that, I will be primarily talking about the Xbox edition of it because that's the one I have played the most. And before I move on to the next section, when I say this is the best way to play Minecraft, I strictly mean this from certain features that come from the console edition. And if you enjoy one edition of Minecraft over the other, I entirely respect that and think your opinion is totally valid. With that being said, I want to share my opinion with you, because I think it's interesting, and I like hearing what other people have to say about my opinions. Anyways, enough yapping, on to talking about why I like Legacy Console Edition so much. To start off, there are a lot of minor changes between the two games that I do not have the time to go into, so I'm going to talk about notable ones that you can notice right off the bat. Starting with, the HUD, or heads-up display for all you nerds, is extremely different in Minecraft LCE. Well, maybe not extremely different, but certain elements of it are extremely different. I think that the HUD is a lot more beginner-friendly and a lot more intuitive than the other Minecraft HUDs. For instance, the crafting menu is way easier to understand. You don't even need to know a single actual recipe by memory. Of course, you need to know some of the items that you need for it, but even if the menu can be improved upon, it's really easy to understand. Each tab at the top has a different menu for all different kinds of items, with some very self-explanatory icons at the top for what each tab has available to craft in it. From first glance, you can tell what each tab goes to, something I can't say the classic crafting menu has, and even if you don't particularly enjoy this crafting system, you can just disable it in the settings. You can also turn down the opacity of your hotbar, which honestly I wish was a normal Java edition feature, because quite frankly, it's a small yet noticeable change. Yes, I know this change is in Bedrock, by the way. I would also like to mention the player list menu. is also really nice and clean. Although it's a little bit more clunky than holding tab to view players, it's a good in-between for controller, which I would assume it makes the traditional player list a little bit less comfortable for controller players, whereas this is a lot more comfortable since you only have to tap a button once. LCE, as I'll be referring to it sometimes, holds a unique tutorial mode, which I absolutely love. It has tons of neat little Easter eggs and ways to show the player how to play the game before they even get into playing, and it does it in a very creative way. Along with teaching you how to play the game a little bit, it also holds one of my personal favorite Easter eggs, that being Stampy's house from Stampy's Lovely World. Personally, I thought that this was a cute little way of thanking him for, quite frankly, all he's done for the Minecraft community as a whole. Anyways, I think the tutorial world is a really neat addition that is a really intuitive way of explaining the basics to a new Minecraft player. Which, yes, despite what I said in the beginning of the video, there are still people who haven't played Minecraft, which I know is absolutely insane to think about. Anyways, on to arguably the longest portion of this video. And don't worry, the video ends right after this, so you won't be stuck with me much longer. Something minor that I really like about Console Edition is that you actually start out with a map spawning in your inventory. I tried looking for a reason why 4J Studios did this, but I couldn't really come to any conclusions myself other than the fact that having a map is really good for something such as accessibility. I think that something like this shows how 4J approached a game like Minecraft. It seems they had ease of play in mind when they were contracted to port the game over for consoles. I truly think that if 4J weren't behind putting Minecraft on consoles, we wouldn't have had the not too major but really nice quality of life changes they brought to the game. With that being said, I'm going to list off a few changes that 4J made right here. Okay, so let's start off with friends being able to join you freely without needing a server, minecarts being twice the speed as Java Edition carts, couch co-op, minigames, and quite a bit more, honestly. And now, I know that couch co-op was a standard back then, but it being added at all, honestly, it was just really neat to me. You could play Minecraft any way you wanted, anywhere you wanted. You could play Minecraft by yourself, with friends online, in Xbox Live Party Chat, on the couch, with your friends next to you, and even while you're sitting in the dentist's office with your PS Vita, waiting for your teeth to get pulled, you could still be playing Minecraft. I am also fully aware that the core gameplay of Minecraft is practically identical across versions, well, with minor changes between the versions, but I think that these slight quality of life changes do push it over the edge, not only in terms of accessibility, but also what makes it special. I will say there are downsides to Legacy Console Edition though. For instance, you couldn't play with other console brands, which I know was very normal back then, but when you compare it to something like Bedrock or Java, it was way more limiting in that way. Java could play with every copy of Java, and Bedrock is cross-platform, meaning it can play with every copy of Bedrock. Also, needing to buy skins and texture packs is also another thing that is a downside to Legacy Console Edition. It is also an issue in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, but the issues with Minecraft's marketplace are so large that it would probably take an entire deep dive in a video itself, so I'm going to skip over that right now for time's sake. However, I will say in both Bedrock and Java Edition, you can import your own skins. At least I think you can in Bedrock. Now, I know I started off this video talking about the whole version argument between old versus new, and in my humble opinion, I think that if LCE actually got continued, then it would be better than Minecraft Bedrock, and possibly even Java as we know it today, but I couldn't tell you if that's what would have happened. I don't live in a universe where 4J actually continued to make Minecraft, and thus I don't have the answer if it would have actually been better. But this leads me on to my next point. So, as a lot of people in the Minecraft community probably know now, there's this amazing mod called Legacy 4J that aims to bring everything I just talked about back with a modern spin on it. I know that this isn't vanilla Minecraft at all, and it doesn't contribute towards why I like Minecraft Legacy Console Edition more, but I thought that it would be neat to include it near the end, because I think that it's neat to be able to see what Legacy Console Edition could have been if it hadn't been discontinued back in 2018. However, that's all I will say about the mod, because I want you guys to go check it out and play it for yourselves, since I think that experiencing it does it way more justice than Nords could ever do. This doesn't really lead into why I think that Minecraft is better on Legacy Console Edition, at least for the update that it's on, but it's neat to see what it could have been. Hey, thanks for sticking to the end of the video. I work hard on these videos, and I appreciate you enjoying them. You guys seem to really like my last video, and I really appreciate all of the nice comments you guys left. It means a lot to me. Also, if you subscribed or liked the video, it would mean a lot to me. You don't really have to do it, but it does help me out with making more videos, so if you would like to support me, you can do it in a simple free way just by simply liking and subscribing. Oh yeah, by the way, dogs cannibalize each other in this version of the game.